So I forget how to add a custom item.
So there's a little box when you go to manage inventory that says custom items at the bottom on that right side.
Okay, manage equipment. Manage inventory. Custom items.
Yep.
Add custom item. Thank you. Oh, unidentified item 2. I rename.
So it's just a normal healing potion, the elixir of health.
No, it's just
No,
a
that's
regular healing potion, but they're hard to find, which is so stupid. If you just go, where did I find it? I think you just do potion. No, that's not it. Yes. If you just put in potion, it's potion of healing, and it's considered gear. And you just add 2.
Oh, that's why, because I'm. Aha, I see.
And it's different from the greater healing one, which is nice.
Okay, and I need to set that.
So do we have to add unidentified item 1-ish, or are you gonna, what do you?
let me see, because we're talking, let me see if I can do it in a way that makes sense so that you can then add it more organically. So give me one moment.
Sure.
Oh, wait, I forgot that Winna and Rift are both elks right now.
Yes. You're an elk, Nora.
I am majestic, aren't I?
Expecto Patronum.
So we need both the liquid daylight and the regular daylight potions. Is that right?
Yes, please.
And what do I put for Super Soaker?
I will create that as well.
Thanks.
Oh, Bill the cat and Fritz the cat. All the cats are in the Heathcliff car. That's weird.
Yeah. It was that one I put there because I thought it was funny. We were just talking about Bill the cat. But like, if you look through those comics, it gets real surreal real quick.
Oh, I didn't get the link.
It's all in Roll20.
Right. I see it, but I see a selection of modern Heathcliff comics, but I didn't see a link to it.
Oh, weird.
Oh wait, oh, there it is. It's above.
Very above it, yeah.
Got it.
Let's see, potion of...
What the fuck? What? Wow.
Ooh, I get a lot of spells that I can prepare now that I'm level 5.
Yes, Druid's got a lot at level 5.
Hell yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, Nansen. Sprocket's going senile. He runs around the house and screams a bunch these days. And just races to another corner, like, and screams some more. And he always looks a little lost. I think I've got a little old man here now.
Oh.
I know. He's like 18 years old. He's doing pretty well.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah.
18 is ancient for a cat.
Yeah, he's doing all right.
Just needs a nice warm keyboard to lay on.
Yeah, right.
Sam, whatever link you posted, I just got a thing that says forbidden.
What the heck?
Ooh.
What's
Oh,
up
weird.
with me posting links on here and it not working?
I don't know, but I just got a code and it says 403 forbidden.
403, not even 404.
Yeah.
Try that one. I imagine that's what the
Also
backpack and the super soaker. Still forbidden?
I don't know.
What the heck?
Let's see. I've got my potion of daylight. See if you can add a potion of daylight. See if it shows up on your like as an option.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I just added that. And then what else?
I'm gonna go ahead and add liquid daylight. I'm just gonna call it that to differentiate it.
Okay.
So it's not a potion.
And who should carry that? Do we just, is it just one? I mean, I can carry
Because
it.
you did only get a few, but I thought we figured out that Wolfpack would because he can put it into his camelback to then use the super soaker.
With the super soaker, yes. So he gets the liquid daylight.
Not there yet, right there.
Oh, we're sitting there.
There we go, daylight. I also have a daylight spell prepared. So so I'm gonna get all of these.
It's actually, it's cool because you cast the spell and you get 1 hour of extra daylight. It's called daylight saving time.
Oh,
It's magic. Mhm.
You can only do it twice per year though.
No, you can only do it once per year, but you pay a price.
oh, you lose it for the other part of the year.
You
I
lose
get
it 6 months
Mhm.
later, I get it.
About a
Yeah.
month.
So hopefully you're not fighting any demon monsters in October.
So another good news, I found a new CrossFit gym. That's happening. So I'm back on that nonsense.
telling your D&D crew about your athletic achievements is not unappreciated, but slightly lost. Like CrossFit.
If you don't think CrossFitters are the biggest bunch of nerds you've ever met in your life, I mean,
Nerd out about reps. Jesus Christ. Like that's not, I mean, I hang out with bird people. What are you talking about? I don't like plant foragers. Like, you can't compete with my level of dorkiness. I listen to comic books on tape now.
Wow.
That's a new level of dorky. Yeah, I'm listening
How
to
does
the
that
Wolf.
work?
I'm just finishing season 2 of the Wolverine fiction audio drama podcast.
Is
Do
it
they,
the whole
like-
point of
That's how
the
deep I'm in.
comic book though, like the visual?
No, it's not just
Part of
exactly the
it?
same thing as a comic book, but I was saying when you're onto audiobooks about Wolverine, like, I'm not the biggest dork in the world, but
well, we're all
You
playing
have
D&D
dork
together, so
cred.
we could compare notes about our various levels of dorkiness.
I mean, Ish has his all beat, and we know this.
I mean, you want to look at my bookshelf of D&D books or my other
I want you to-
bookshelf of
No,
D&D
dude, I want you to finish writing me a potion for liquid daylight so I can use a super soaker to spray it at a demon. Put your dork skills to use there.
I'm on it.
Also, this demon, I keep thinking of. It looks like something out of a Meatloaf album cover. Like it's like a classic. Like it's a classic. It's like the Fantasia demon, Chernobog.
Would it do
Yes.
anything for love though? Well, it won't do that.
I won't do that, or probably the other thing.
So let's see. I've created liquid daylight. So if you want to try and add that to your
Okay.
to your inventory, you can. And then I'm going to just create the what shall we call this?
So spells I just added for me: call lightning, daylight, a fun one, sleet storm. So rain and sleet and ice if we're fighting fire
Ooh.
demons.
Mm-hmm.
I already have thunder wave, and then another one I threw in there is control flames, which I can do at will. So I don't have to
Wow.
use the spell slot. So I
That
thought
is
that might be
useful.
handy.
Absolutely.
Very cool. Hey, does that water genie ever get to come out at level 5 or what? Are we ever going to meet this thing?
Eventually. It's a pretty higher level once you can start.
Taking its time, delicately arranging.
Well, you'll be able
petals, is it?
to join. I think at level, it's either level 6 or level 10 that everyone else can go inside the ring as well.
I was gonna say, wait, can we like hang out like I Dream of Genie in the bottle? Can we hang out
Yeah.
on silken
Sounds
pillows?
cramped. I don't know.
That'll be cool.
Okay.
I can control flames that fit in a 5-foot cube. So anything bigger than that, we're SOL.
That's pretty good though.
Yeah. I can make simple shapes or extinguish it or expand it. So if I want to kill
Fish, I
it
can't find
all,
liquid. I can't find liquid daylight, dude. Is it? I'm using the search function in my inventory, and it's not
All right.
coming up.
Let me see if I can figure that out. Right now, I am working on the effusive hydration launcher.
Effusive hydration launcher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I.e.
Rolls right out the tongue, man. Very, very catchy.
So Sam, is going to wedding after wedding after wedding making you cynical, or
Oh, very.
is it?
Yeah. It's just astounding to me how much money people will pay for a wedding for one single day when you could literally go to a courthouse and then have a party at a bar or something with your whole family.
Exactly. I've always said that I think I'm missing the chick gene for weddings. Like, that seems absurd. I'd so much rather go on a cool vacation, or like if I'm going to spend money with my fella, then we're going to do something cool with it.
No, yeah, just that, like, the amount of money and time you have to put into it is astounding to me just for the one day. And then pretty much every single event I'm working, and I'm like, well, only 50% of them make it. So I'm trying to figure out which ones are going to be those ones that make it.
Yeah, that's rough.
There's a good amount that I've seen that I'm like, I think it's going to be like 4 or 5 years max. But yes, it's made me very cynical about.
You are too young. You are too young to be prognosticating on that. What are you talking about? You don't.
he's not wrong.
Yeah, well, you would say that. Some of us never even get to the marriage stage, Nora.
Okay, yeah, well, let me tell you, it's no treat going through the other side of that either.
Would you rather be eaten or would you rather be pooped?
Pretty much.
Some of
Why not
us.
both?
My ideal wedding was definitely set in my mind in about 1993 by the movie Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. I feel like that is exactly the right size of a wedding. You want to be like Kevin Costner and whoever played Maid Marian in that movie. You got to set it in the woods, humble little thing, drunk friar, right? And then Sean Connery just strolls on through at the end. Just have some like a king on a horse just come by at the end. That's enough pageantry for me.
Kind of close to that. when my brother married his first husband, they are Wiccan. And they got married in a grove in a forest in Maryland. And they were in a theater. So all of their like gay theater people wore like elemental costumes for earth, wind, fire, and water.
Okay, so that's dorky.
It's so dorky, but it was
hard.
rather like magical. Didn't know that my brother or his husband had nipple rings until they came in bare chest. They were both beautiful young men, bare chested and tan in like karate pants and these diaphanous open robes with flower crowns on their heads and everything. It was fucking bizarre, but it was also fantastic. Like, it was fantastic.
I really wish I could have been there on acid. I think.
So the best part is I'm there with my other brother, who is just, who's a wonderful person, my favorite human being, but is, just like very predictably like straight and normal. Thinks all my poet friends are weird, like yada, yada, yada. And so my English department at the time was doing one of those things where we had this stuffed rabbit that anyone who traveled took the fucking rabbit with us, and then you took pictures of it, like saying that it had been there. So I was like, oh, Addie Mae needs to go to a gay Wiccan wedding. So we took the rabbit to DC with us and took pictures of her like on the Lincoln Monument and like all this shit. And then we get to the wedding, and at the end of the wedding, when they're doing the pictures, I went over to my brother who had just gotten married, and I was like, I know this is fucking crazy. Please just hold this rabbit, and we're gonna take this picture. We'll take one of the pictures with the rabbit. And he was like, okay, doll. And he like holds the rabbit, and my very straight brother leans over and he's like, I just want to point out that right now, all these people that did the wind dance and the this and the this think we're fucked up. Just so you know. Because they were looking askance at us with our little rabbit. So
is it a real rabbit?
No. No.
Oh.
No rabbit.
Why not?
Stuffed rabbit.
In this venture. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you could have brought a rabbit to the top of the Washington Monument, and I don't think the rabbit would mind being held against the chest of a handsome gay man, unless the nipple ring started to chafe the rabbit.
Right. No, this was a stuffed rabbit with wire in its ears so that you could pose its ears. I don't know.
Whose rabbit was that?
What's that?
Was it just the English department's rabbit, or was it someone's specific
No, it was
rabbit?
just the English department, and its name was Addie Mae.
Yeah.
And it went on some pretty dope trips, actually. That rabbit saw a significant piece of the world. However, it had its wildest night at our very own Casa Bonita. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There were pictures of the rabbit in various compromising positions at Casa Bonita.
At what?
Oh, he's not. He doesn't know.
I can't tell if I'm not hearing you right or
Casa Bonita.
What's Casa Bonita? Is that a Mexican restaurant?
Kind of.
Loosely.
Kind of.
It's like a theme park, local Denver, terrible food Mexican restaurant with cliff divers and mermaids, magic shows and puppets.
Cliff divers.
Yeah, it's like the most infamous restaurant in Denver because it's terrible food, but everything else is
Hey,
cool.
Do you guys know Matty Z? I don't want to say his last name because we're being
recorded. I know him,
yeah. He worked every single job at Casa Bonita and got a blowjob in the puppet booth.
In the puffin room? What?
Puppet booth?
The puppet booth.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's weirder. That's weirder. I thought the puffin room. I thought it'd be cool if they had a puffin room, like maybe a miniature aquarium.
I'm stuck on cliff divers. Is it on
Did they make a cliff?
Is that slang that
they have a waterfall in the restaurant?
And you dive off it?
Well,
Well,
you don't,
not
but
anyone.
The fetching young
Just the cliff divers.
mosquitoes that they pay to do so are.
So they're actual human beings
Who
who are
dive
paid
off
to just huck themselves down a
possibility.
1-story fake waterfall.
Yes.
You just need to watch the South Park episode about them going to Casa Bonita, and it explains the
They
entire
show you
thing.
everything.
Is it? But can you call him a cliff diver if it's literally just like a diving board height?
It's a high diver, all right? I think the cliff is a misnomer, but it's a high diver.
They call
No,
them
it's not very high. Medium diver.
They do call them cliff divers, and it's a simulated cliff. I mean, you know, we could split hairs, but I mean, they know what they're doing.
Okay,
That-
all
that
right.
is to
all right.
say.
I
Or
guess
they
I just,
knew.
It sounds like it's like I'm a mountain
Like
climber in the same way that I live on the
wingsuit.
second floor. Like I
mean, it's like arguing that the mermaids at the aquarium aren't actually mermaids, but they are.
okay, I was just imagining like wingsuited people throwing themselves down like off a mountain and flying. Like that's cliff diving. Like
Right. Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know.
you're right.
these are like
that's
like,
base jumping. Cliff diving actually involves
oh, that's there. You just throw yourself in a body of water, but still, it's like stories up. Like it's dangerous.
yeah.
I dare say, Rift, that you would have been a cliff diver.
Find me, cash me a
Every opportunity, yeah.
after this.
Everyone wants a fish.
But to kind of like put a ribbon on the Casa Bonita discussion, I'm pretty sure they're not coming back. I think the pandemic may have killed Casa Bonita.
They had a fundraiser going to save Casa Bonita, and I think a ton of people donated to them. So that might have helped them, but they definitely did not do well through the pandemic.
But they donated to keep this mammoth restaurant of like I can see it if it was like a house on a rock, but this like
it's a 30-foot waterfall they're jumping off of. That's a cliff that they're
So Google says it's temporarily closed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't know what, but they did file for bankruptcy like in the last few months. But it's likely, someone probably bailed them out. Like it wouldn't surprise me if the South Park people actually were like, no, here's some money, keep going. Because they do really love Casa Bonita.
this whole
It's
thing feels
opening
like
for
Knott's Berry
guided
Farm, but
tours.
indoors.
I wouldn't even go that far. Like Knott's Berry Farm is an amusement park. There's fun things to do, and it kind of grew weirdly or organically, from what I understand.
Yeah, from an actual berry stand, yeah.
Casa Bonita is like if you tried to make a Chuck E. Cheese for adults and kind of failed but kept going anyway.
So an
Like
article published yesterday says Casa Bonita opens for guided tours. No food yet, but still surprisingly satisfying. And they're still offering mariachi music piped in, flicker lights illuminating the faux Mexican village facades. There is a strong smell of cleaning fluid.
Just bleach the shit out of that waterfall.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know.
So
Or
it turns
the
out-
puppet booth, maybe.
So what
Yeah.
we need to do is we need to fly Christian in, and then you guys need to introduce him and me to this
Yes,
And me, I've never been.
this
Mhm.
pretty house.
we play in person
Beautiful.
in Denver someday. We should absolutely have a Casa Bonita field trip.
Yes, and we'll go dressed in character. Why not?
Absolutely.
I mean, who would even notice? At this time, we could just be. Is there a Ren fair in secret at this place? So it's just a mishmash of all kinds of different crap.
Yeah, we'll just do a Ren Fair flash mob at the Casa Bonita, and it'll just be like another day.
yeah.
Wait, is that a real thing? Can you do a Ren Fair flash mob? That sounds brilliant. Just like take over a square and like everyone's in costume and like everyone just like behaves as if they were Renaissance characters. This has been done.
All of a sudden, you like whip out a turkey leg. I think
That's what I was gonna say. Just
Just leaving people on the park being like, what the fuck? Like that sounds
Someone just
The
needs
flash mob
to-
thing was brief lived as a trend, but I approve of that one.
Oh, it was a good one.
That is a good one. I mean, you could also do like Star Trek convention flash mob or something where all of a sudden you're stuck in a, I don't know. But Ren Fair is somewhat funny.
Have you seen that meme where Star Trek dudes go to Ren fairs as
Okay.
if,
Yeah.
you know, as
There's
if
a really
There's a
there's a
holiday
really good home
holodeck.
movies episode about that. If you've never watched home movies, I think everyone here would enjoy it.
what is it?
Home movies. So it's
Home
like
movie?
Oh, the
I
cartoon.
don't. Yeah, I don't know if you
No, it was a
ever.
good one.
the
Early what's his name? H. John Benjamin
It was an H.
from
John
from Archer and Bob Burgers.
But going back further, if anybody remembers Dr. Katz on Comedy Central,
Mhm.
that's that same animation. It's the same team. They the guy, I can't remember, he's a comedian, but the guy who does the voice for Dr. Katz is an occasional
John.
voice on there.
John Lovitz.
H. John Benjamin
it's not
was
John Katz.
on Dr. Katz. So,
Very cool.
but anyways, there's an episode of Home Movies because it's all about like this 8-year-old kid who carries a camera around with him and he makes movies, but he does it like he wants to be a director someday. So he makes these like goofy little like zero budget movies that are just like really dumb or whatever. But like he's trying to do some like Ren Fair thing, and then like all the sci-fi people come in, and eventually it's this giant like. But you have to watch it. It's good. Anyways, what was I about to? So we had a really long conversation about Casa Bonita, and I completely approve of the Ren Fair flash mob. So absolutely, somebody needs to have like puke and snot hand puppets probably. May they rest in peace.
Well, you know what happens at the puppetry booth, dude.
Well,
Yeah, can I sign up for the blowjob in the puppet booth? Is that, can I say? I just want the whole Casa Bonita experience.
Mhm.
if
It's an extra 500 to their GoFundMe.
oh my God.
Well,
But at 1,000, you get it from a cliff diver.
Well, I'm sure
In the
that-
air.
Oh my God.
It's not that long a drop.
YOLO.
No, I'm not paying for much there.
So, all of that being said, our bots that are watching this right now are just getting an absolute show from us about this. By the way,
I wonder if they're
so one
learning.
thing, we can go ahead and formally get started, but does someone want to try and add liquid daylight?
Try what?
Do you want to
Yes.
add liquid daylight to your?
I found the super soaker.
You
We
did?
will accomplish nothing in this entire session except for one of us adding liquid daylight. I just manually wrote like daylight potion in and an hour ago, and it seemed to work.
Daylight
yes,
potion,
I
yes.
found it.
Liquid daylight, no. And
I found liquid daylight.
you did? Give it to me. How do you give it to me?
Look up liquid instead of just daylight.
Now, are you doing the manage inventory and add
Yeah.
items?
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Liquid.
And I'm looking in the filter right now.
Huh?
Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's the one I'm using. Yeah. I'm looking in the filter next to the little magnifying glass icon.
Yeah. You type in
And-
liquid.
Uh-huh. Oh, now it's there. Oh, okay. Maybe I just needed to refresh it. Boop. And what do we call the super soaker again?
Effusive
Stun
hydration.
gun. Diffuse. There we go. Wondrous item. Oh yes. Excellent. Okay. Good to rock.
Be glad I didn't call it the water expectorator. Actually, I like that name.
That's
I
pretty
wish
good.
you had, honestly, that would have
You know
been.
what? I
that
might have to go back and do that now. Like I think I missed an opportunity because it's especially good at expectorating.
Wow.
Da, 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 da.
In fact, it expectorates hot fire.
It can. So there's not much to say about the last session, but I'll definitely go over the notes. So
Jenny never answered, by the way, just saying.
Oh, bummer. Okay, I mean, it was kind of good that we waited, just because I was hoping that potentially we could, wait for her and she could get in on this combat. But that's okay. And let me just go over this recap super quick, if it will deign to open. All right. So the start of last session, you were in the process of leaving Magnamar to go back and find Duratan's father. But before you left, there was a short shopping session. You went to Serendipitous Serums and met the speaking of effusive, you met Gertrude, who is probably the kindest potion shop owner that you will ever meet in your entire lifetime. She was very happy to see you. She extended you many deals. You purchased a lot of things, and there's a big old list of all the things you bought. She was even so kind as to do some of your shopping for you in effect. But you got to know Gertrude. She got to know you. She was very, very kind. You decided before you left Magnamar, one last order of business was to go and talk to the Dragonrite Temple, which was a pretty good choice to do. You got a lot of information about Shantico. You basically heard that the religions at large in this world know Shantico is coming back, but they don't know much more than that. The Dragonrite Temple has pledged their assistance. So they are sending, at least to Sandpoint, a contingent of Dragonrite soldiers, because as a religion, the Dragonrite Temple and religion at large does have a standing army. So they're sending people to you to help. It's going to take a little while, but they will get there. Let's see. And then the Archpriestess Lavender, who is nominally in charge of that Dragonrite Temple in Magnamar, it being like a pretty big chapter, can send messages back and forth to Linnea, who is the highest ranking Dragonrite person in Sandpoint. So you'll have that line of communication if needed. You got another extra 10 vials of holy water on top of the ones that you had purchased from Gertrude. Let's see, you did learn through very dubious means that Duratan's father is in that Gromek camp of Gromeks who had taken over the giant homestead. You snuck into that giant camp, abandoned your horses, found the tent that contained Duratan's father along with the rest of the expedition. Did a really awesome job of using some crazy magical items to get in, grab the people, get out. Long story short, the escape of the people went off without a hitch. Now you're out of there. Now you're in a clearing with a good deal of distance between you and the Gromek camp. Not a drop of blood was shed, except for that. I take that back. You did slit that fat Gromek's throat. What were you going to add something to that?
No, and that Gromek ended up in her...
In the dagger, yes.
But the thing at the end that I almost missed when I was doing the recap that I had to pay attention to was that Duratan got a little spark of inspiration, which is what made them Rift and Winna turn into the two different elks, and
that's right,
off in both directions. And then dun dun dun, the voice inside his head was like, were you glad that you got that inspiration? I did my part. Now you owe me yours. Dun dun dun.
Yes, absolutely. So that is a really important detail. Apparently whatever this thing is that's affecting Duratan, and you still don't necessarily know that, but yet anyways, but whatever this thing was that gave Duratan inspiration is now calling in the first of many favors. And somehow or another, that favor takes the form of it's going to try and kill you. You don't know why, but that's what's happening. And Duratan, you did hear it say something to the extent of, I will test you, and this will be the first of many. So you all escaped into a clearing well away from the Gromek camp, and from nothing manifested what is called a dark zoo. And this creature is at least a facsimile, if not the same size as what is known to be this kind of monster bird, bigger than a rock, bigger than a thunderbird. And it is looking at you with its searchlight eyes peering from its pitch black form.
Question. Did you say bigger than The Rock, as in Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Because I mean, he's pretty big, but that was, I didn't, as fantasy measurements go, I was imagining something a bit bigger even.
It's certainly bigger than that, yes.
Okay.
But bigger than 30 Rock, both the building or the show.
Right.
All right.
Is it skyscraper sized? I mean, what are we talking about here? Give us a.
There's a podcast called Nerd Poker. I don't know who the current configuration of that show has, but at one point it was like Brian Posehn and a bunch of other comedians, and they would try and play Dungeons and Dragons and just kind of basically joke around for most of the session. But there's a creature called the Rock, or a Rock. I'll show you a picture of it here in just a moment. But anytime they talk, because they had a rock that they would fly around on, because it's basically like this massive eagle. But anytime they brought it up, they'd be like, "Can you smell what the Rock is cooking?"
I follow him on Instagram. He's just really an inspirational person.
But yeah, I mean, that's if you ever get a chance, listen to Nerd Poker. Don't listen to it for the D&D, because it's almost non-existent. They just kind of go around for it, but it's really fun. I promise you, we do at least twice as much as they do in a session, at least.
Wow.
For whatever that's worth. That's a low bar. So anyways, that's a rock. I just showed it in the chat. But just imagine that thing could probably carry off like a whale, like maybe like a sham. That's how big it is.
I know in the Sinbad stories, it can carry off an elephant.
Yeah. It's
Wait, this is a rock. This bird is a rock.
Mhm.
So I'm saying that this thing is modeled after a creature that's supposed to be legendarily bigger than the Rock. This one is not, but it took that shape. It's weird.
I'm not seeing anything in
This
the...
picture in the chat is what this demon thing looks like that we're looking
No, that's a rock. So this is bigger than a rock.
at. Okay.
But there it is.
It's our guy.
Just to
Oh, there it
be,
is.
I'm gonna make it bigger than a rock because I don't want to, be too
It's huge.
confusing.
Are Rift and Winna still elk?
I will say yes, but they can have turned back at the start of the fight.
Yeah. Okay.
Good thing I talked to birds, right?
Well,
That'll
I
work.
mean,
Bird.
a rock is
commune with it.
technically a monstrosity and not eligible for druid speak, let's say. And
We
then
also
this,
established that this is infernal, right? Not
this thing even more so. This thing is like a creature of like absolute darkness.
Okay, I'm comfortable killing that.
Yeah. I think we had that conversation. This is like, even if it did take the shape of this thing, it's like not this thing. Like it is definitely a mockery of even just this giant monster. It's
And
like
it's a shadow demon, right? It's Chantico's shadow demon.
absolutely. Well, I mean, let's put it this way. You can guess that it is Shantico's shadow demon. It's 100% a shadow demon. You're being chased by Shantico and harangued by him. You can draw that conclusion, and you'd be right. But only one of you knows that, like with certainty, that Shantico definitely sent this thing.
That he's behind it.
So I'm gonna clear the initiative counter. I am going to cheat and say that the sirs and ladies not appearing in this game are basically over here with Ball Punyon and the other people and making sure that they are safe.
Bob
including
is Duratan's dad.
correct.
Does that make him Duratan Punyon? Is that his full name?
No, I didn't take my
Is Duratan-
father's last name.
You didn't take your father's last name. You take your mother's last name?
Yeah, she didn't have one, so it's just
What?
Duratan.
God damn it.
So let me go ahead and so there's 4 of us. So I think I'm missing. Who are we missing? Oh no. Let's see. Okay, sorry.
Finzer.
Yeah, I didn't have an icon for Finzer, so I won't worry about that right now. I will lend you the aid of Brutus because you're going to need it. While Winna stays back with the human prisoners, and
We're
so
gonna
on.
need Brutus the pig.
No, Brutus is the Gromek.
Bogart is the
Bogart
pig.
is the pig.
We're gonna need a pig though. We're gonna need a pig. We're gonna need a llama. We're gonna need a small livestock catapult.
Oh my god! All right,
We're gonna need a 10-speed Huffy, and don't ask me exactly why.
Yes.
Inventory.
Okay, that's a custom item though.
Mm-hmm.
A 10-speed.
But speaking of catapults, by the way, the only way you ever kill something this large, according to movies, there's only one way to kill something this large. We actually have to catapult Rift into the mouth of this monster and then have her turn on all the lights. You can only kill them from the inside. Them's the rules. I don't make them up.
I love that idea. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Someone lend me your sword and I will slice it open from stem to sternum from the inside.
I think it should be the first thing we try, honestly. Like, let's just use our collective wisdom about movie monsters. Not about D&D. I have no idea how D&D works, but you're about to be Drax the Destroyer. You're about to be Hellboy. Like, all the great superheroes go into the monster.
And those are always my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
I play the brick of what was I forget that video. I forget the name. Never mind. I'll come back to that joke.
The brick? Is there a brick somewhere in this?
There's a brick as a character in a video game that is amazing, and it's the best video game ever. There's a series, and he's just a character in the first one, and it is called You're Vault Hunters. You guys know this one, the game where you're a vault hunter, and you fight.
Lara Croft?
No,
It's a Tomb Raider.
I don't know these. Oh, great.
no, Vault Hunters in a fictional planet.
Pluto? I mean, Pluto's not fictional, just not a planet.
Everything's radioactive and hilarious.
Is it Borderlands?
Borderlands?
Thank you. Oh my God. All right. Brick is like the apex of like what I want to be like as a human, is the character Brick that just screams and punches things. So that's always been the Drax, the Bricks, that's just who I am on the inside. Is 300 pounds of muscle. But
I love it.
anyway, so I would love.
Why aren't you the half orc here then? Why have you chose a sea elf? That's like something I would pick.
So I always pick half orcs in every game I play. This is me branching out, and it's still.
So now you're a sea elf with the spirit of a half orc.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, like I'm going for a pretty salty half orc here.
I spent all this time learning magic. All I want to do is punch a dragon in the stomach from inside the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody roll initiative when you're able.
Oh, we're playing?
Right.
All right.
I've totally forgotten how to roll for initiative. Oh, here it is.
Despite our ardent hey, very nice. Despite our ardent attempts, otherwise we're actually playing. Today is a kind of what's like a punch drunk kind of day, so I totally get it.
Not yet, but working on it.
You and me both. So I am going to change, this is just an aside, but I am going to change the effusive hydration launcher to the water expectorator. I don't know what that's going to do to the one that you have, if it's going to just change the name, or if you have to re-add it, but we'll figure that out. We'll shoot that fire when we get to that bridge. Water expectorator. All right. So I have initiative for everyone except for Rift.
Oh, I rolled.
Oh, no, you did. I'm sorry. For whatever reason, it just didn't add you to the initiative. I can do that real quick. And okay, now we have everyone on the initiative order, and Wolfpack, you are first before this
right.
strange creature.
I would like to take a whatever I need to roll to get my bearings. Take a look. Perception or something.
Let's do perception, sure.
Cool. Okay.
So this is just a regular kind of like lightly wooded area. You could consider this grouping of trees to be a copse, perhaps. This creature, all copses are bastards. This creature is nestled neatly between all of these trees, is darkening everything around it. So if it would normally have been dim light, then it's darkness. If it's darkness, it's actually deeper darkness. So it's really hard to really look at this thing except for the searchlight eyes. That's the only tell that it has. But otherwise, you're just peering into this kind of absolute dark form that even those of you with night vision are having a hard time seeing. So even you caught a glimpse of it as it kind of formed up out of the darkness and then just made everything even darker. But it is definitely looking right at all of you, and its searchlight eyes makes that very obvious. But it is going to very soon, wreck your day. You don't see anything else necessarily of note around here. I mean, I guess you would notice that like the plant life immediately around this creature is withering and dying. Like that's the strength of its presence. But nothing else is really standing out.
Well, I was originally planning on climbing it, but no, I don't think so.
You think you'd be? That's just kind of a flavor thing.
If it kills grass, why wouldn't it kill me?
I'm probably a little stronger than grass. I mean, you are very small though, and
yeah, I mean, I think I could climb it for a long if it's like full of pesticide or whatever it is, like death evil.
Gloves.
Its name is Monsanto.
Right. Yeah, it is reminding me a little of the villain from Fern Gully at the moment. Yes. That's what I'm picturing in my head.
Voiced
like
by Sir Tim Curry.
By who?
Tim Curry.
Oh, of course. I'm going to play the devil. All right. And I'm sorry, are we on a platform or are we on the ground? I can't remember.
You're on the ground.
Okay, we're on the ground.
You're away from the Gromek village, so you don't have to worry about their weird like tiered tower like structures or anything.
Okay.
Is Ronaki with us? Yes.
Actually, yeah, he is. And again, you'll need him, so.
So, and do we have anyone else extra? So we have all of us. We have Ronaki. We have Brutus. We have Bogart the pig.
Let me see. You probably don't want to bring Bogart the pig into the combat.
Okay.
Just gonna throw that out there.
You
You do have Strawberry. What's that?
Is he looking like a snack?
Yeah, Strawberry isn't getting anywhere near this ship. Strawberry's going to hang out in the safe zone. I'm definitely mentally telling Strawberry to like watch from a distance.
Sure. but
Strawberry, if I could fly on Strawberry, that would be another thing. But Strawberry is just for reconnaissance, and that's not what we need right now.
yeah, and you get the sense that this large shadow beast, it would probably eat Bogart like candy corn. Like it would be, not even a mouthful. But let's see, Wolfpack, you scan the area. This creature is absolutely a danger and a menace. It's up to you if you wish to take an attack on it or not.
Well, can I attach the liquid daylight to an arrow?
You think that might be a little too tricky. Like these things aren't meant to be aerodynamic. Maybe you think if you brought it up to the Gnomish inventors that they would be over the moon for the idea of like a liquid daylight arrow. But that's going to be
in the future. Yeah, that sounds great. In the future. So trying to think of what to do now. I'm going first, but I'm not a lead the charge kind of guy.
For now, you can throw the potion of liquid daylight, and it would travel a good 30 feet. So you're within range.
I already have. I have some holy water arrows.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is attack with a holy water arrow, because at least we'll get a sense of whether or not it does any damage.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to roll for that. Short bow. This is just a short bow.
All right. Unfortunately, that does not hit. It actually impacts with the creature's body, if you will, and it just like plunks into it and falls down. You feel like you didn't quite get like the right angle to penetrate its dastardly high.
At least I didn't miss it, because that would be really embarrassing. Okay, so the problem is I didn't have the right angle. It just bounced off of it.
That's more or less it, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try one more time because I get 2 actions, and this time I'm just gonna start shooting arrows. So
all right, you do get to attack, so by all means.
All right, one more attack with the holy water arrow.
Hey, that is absolutely a hit. Pink box that says short bow, it'll deliver damage. Okay. So that does deal damage, and we'll call it, you deal, and I'll roll for it, an additional 4 points of damage from it being holy water, which wasn't a lot, but like none of those rolls were especially good, but that's still good damage. You're rolling like 3 times the damage that your short bow normally would with those holy water arrows.
Okay. So what happens to it? That's the question. This is more of an experiment.
So it does penetrate its hide, and you think that would have happened with a normal arrow regardless. And you see like this kind of sizzling and boiling. It's hard to observe because it's so dark, but like you think you can see its skin boiling and like bubbling, basically going from like this wispy shadow to like this black tar.
So it sort of hurts it, I guess. What's important to know? Okay.
So this thing is going to just advance. It sheathes,
its name is Dark Zoo.
It sheathes all of you in darkness, and let's see. It's basically going to rake a number of you in with its massive claws. So we'll say 1 attack on Duratan, that's a hit. 1 attack on Wolfpack is a total miss. And 1 attack on Kalhiri. Kalhiri does an 18 hit.
Is that against my armor class?
Correct.
Yes, my armor class is 13. I keep trying to update the circles, but they don't seem to stay.
I think it's probably because I will sometimes draw your character from maybe like a different map, and it's like a previous version, so that might be why.
Fair enough.
But let's see. Wait. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Okay. So Duratan, you take 9 points of damage, and Kalhiri, you take 15.
Sheesh.
It will use its tail actually on Ronaki. Ronaki is hit. Let's see.
So Duratan and I took damage, but Wolfpack didn't.
Correct. Wolfpack was like, that was just an absolute miss.
I'm very small.
Ronaki
and very
with this thing's like weird spiky tail. And you can tell that he's actually like severely hurt by that.
Lucky. Damn it. I was gonna cast Archer and get some extra third action range hit in, but I guess I'll be casting Chalice and healing everybody.
All right. Let's see. 16, 10. Oops. 7.
Poor Rift. Just wants to be a badass, but like is too much of the mom friend.
We have no clerics. See, that's the problem. Is you're just the best we've got for the job you don't want to do.
All right. Chalice.
All right. So all of that happens. Rift, it is now your turn.
What up? All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and change from wild shape elk to chalice, starry form chalice. So hold on, let me knock that out. And then so that's one action, and then for another action I can call lightning. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh wait, no, I need to heal y'all, don't I? Who's hurt bad enough that needs
I took 15 points.
All right, I'm gonna send off a healing word to Kalhiri. Oh, I am really sorry. You should probably take a potion. That wasn't a good roll at all.
Well, just bear in mind, that's kind of what Healing Word does, though, because it's a bonus action. It's really good healing. You don't have to be close, but it's less effective than Cure Wounds. But still.
Oh, shit. I should have done Cure Wounds, huh?
You can if you want, but that will be your action.
Well, I still want to call lightning. So, Kalhiri, does that tide you over for a second?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
All right, let's see.
Because that was a bonus. No, shit. Is that too many actions to?
No, I'll allow you to do all of that. So you did Healing Word. You called lightning. Yeah, that's totally that's totally fine. So it does fail, and it does take 6 points of damage, which regrettably is not a high on the ordering of lightning, but that's okay. You can continue doing that on subsequent turns if you want. So,
okay.
Because call lightning is really good in that you can continue to use it round after round as long as you maintain that spell. Okay,
real quick though, I might have made a mistake because I if I'm in chalice form, whenever you cast a spell using a spell slot that restores hit points to a creature, you or another creature within 30 feet can regain hit points equal to 1d8 and my wisdom modifier.
Oh, yeah.
So I should probably toss that. So I cast a healing word on Kalhiri, so myself or another creature within 30 feet. So I guess I'd be Duratan or Renaki can regain hit points equal to 1d8 plus my wisdom modifier. So let me figure out how to roll a D8 again. Here we go. And then my wisdom modifier is +6.
All right. So, and who did you throw that to?
I think that's got to be Duratan, because it's got to be, I don't think it's for Kalahiri, because I cast Healing Word on Kalahiri, so I think it's another person, or it could be Kalahiri.
I was gonna say I would be super nice and let you reverse that so that you did it on Duratan and gave Kalahiri the healing, because basically Kalahiri would heal 12, Duratan would heal 5, because I don't think Duratan took as much.
Okay.
No, I didn't.
I mean,
But
sure.
it's up to you.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still learning this.
No, that's fantastic. I love everything about that. That was an awesome use of healing. And very, what's the word I'm looking for? Very efficient. I like how you were able to get all of that going all in one round. That's
And so what was given to Kalahiri? It was called lightning?
so. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, because I'm in Chalice constellation form instead of an elk anymore, when I healed you, I got to have a bonus heal to someone else around. And so we just switched it. So Duratan, you get 5 points, and Kalahiri, you get 12 points back.
Okay.
Because I'm in starry shape. I'm also glowing, which should help with the darkness.
Absolutely, it does. And I'm guessing that's the end of your turn, Rift?
Yeah, no, that's more than my fair share.
Awesome.
Does the glowing do anything to it? Does it illuminate us? Do we all know where we are? Is it harming the monster at all?
It is kind of outlining the shape of the monster. It doesn't like the light, but it doesn't like recoil, and it doesn't like do damage, if that makes any sense. But it definitely seems to be distracting to it. And then now it is Ronaki's turn. Ronaki actually winces as he starts to act, and you can see the wound that was caused by the spiky tail to like increase somehow. Like he bleeds more, the wound like opens up. You think that whatever that spiky tail attack was, it's kind of like working its way through his body. But undeterred, Ronaki will step forward, and he is going to make 2 attacks. 2. And regrettably, both of them miss. Otherwise, he would have done amazing damage, but he did not.
Oh, so Ronaki is hurting and missed in his attack.
That is correct. So then we go to Kalahiri.
Okay. Jesus. So since that creature damaged me,
Yep.
Can I use my hellish rebuke?
Yeah, absolutely you can. That's absolutely what it's for.
That sounds badass.
Sounds like a Ghost Rider power or something.
Okay, so I point my finger at him, and it's momentarily surrounded by hellish flames and must make a dexterity saving throw. And it takes 2d10 fire damage, or half as much.
Do you happen to know what the difficulty class of your effect is? Oh, it says right there. So it did save and takes half as much damage. However, it does appear to take double damage anyways. So effectively, it just takes normal damage.
Okay.
So you do see that, like, when you burn it, like you invoke the energies that kind of suffuse you and just cause the fire to burn. And you see it's like it starts lighting up like as if it was made out of tar. And for a moment, like most of it is on fire, and it just kind of like shakes the fire off. But it did not like that at all.
Mm.
And that was just your reaction. So
that
now
was
you,
just your reaction to it.
yeah, now you can.
So then I'm gonna
take your-
cast. I'm gonna use my flame sword.
Ooh, yeah, do it.
Am I close enough? Yeah, right. Because it just.
You might just have to take one step forward, but yes.
And it is attuned,
Yeah.
right?
So you should be able to just make that attack with that short sword.
Also, Durtan, did you just go?
No, ignore that.
Oh my god. All right. So that flame sword,
Ooh.
you go ahead and click on that word. So in
Woohoo.
addition to that, you still haven't even rolled your sneak attack damage. So I don't know if you happen to know what your sneak attack damage is.
I do not. Oh, yes, I do. It's 3d6.
Excellent. So we're just looking at 25. Okay, I get it. So hold on. 13 and 10 is 23, 25, 35. You've dealt 70 damage to this creature.
Yeah, I did. I'm fucking him up. I'm fucking him up.
All right. I
Badass bitch from the city. What up?
Mhm.
It's not going to be anywhere near as impressive, but you can use your bonus action to throw one of your psychic knives if you like.
Oh yeah, let's do everything. Okay, hold on. So hellish rebuke, flame sword, sneak attack, and
Oh, sorry. Yeah. What are you doing down there?
That is a hit. So go ahead and click on the bonus attack and see if it'll do the damage. Ooh. So it doesn't do the sneak attack because you only do it once per turn, but that's still, every little bit counts. And you kind of like got it right between the eyes and just make it like kind of twitch and shake its head. It's not happy with you, as you could imagine. Its apparent size actually diminishes. Oh, hell. I'm sorry. Give me one moment. I'm getting a work call.
Oh, this is a good opportunity for me to pop out and feed the cat.
can we have
Yeah,
5 minutes?
5-minute break.
Thank you, because
Oh,
some
we've earned it.
who are not people have to go for a walk.
Perfect.
Come here, guys. Come on.
Did the pups get their walk?
Still think we need to get Rift down the Shadowbird gullet. You can cast fire now, right? Or something like that?
Control fire.
Control fire.
Yeah, I can call lightning from inside its gut, but that'll just hit me too.
How does the control fire work?
It has to be a fire that is 5 foot cube or smaller, and then I have options. So control flames, I can instantaneously expand the flame 5 feet in one direction, provided that wood or other fuel is present in the new direction. I can extinguish it, double or halve the area of bright light and dim light cast by the flame, change its color or both, change lasts an hour, or cause simple shapes, creature, objects, locations to appear in the flames and animate as I like. So I can put on a little puppet show for you guys later after we've defeated this thing and need a nice break.
Sorry, you guys, I thought mute was on.
No, you're fine. Sorry, I just need to do a work text at 8:45 p.m.
That's
Can I
fine.
have
I
one
have
more
an email
minute
I need
of
to draft.
What's that?
Can I have 1 more minute of break?
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Giant demon shadowbird monster fighting us, and we are all having a very long intermission. It's just.
We're also fighting this thing with two people down.
Oh, you know, Win is taking care of people, and Finzor is. I don't know.
I think we could have used some Finzor smash on this one, I feel.
Yeah,
but
we could have. Yeah, we could have used some electricity gauntlet for one thing.
Could have used some by Odin's beard.
How big is this giant shadow bird creature?
I would say if I was going to categorize it with a word, that word would be gargantuan.
Ah.
We need some sort of off switch for it. I mean, fire clearly harms it, and holy water makes it sizzle, but like, we got to find this thing's weak spot.
Well, because I just got fireball, but the caveat with that is that it's a 20-foot radius of fire. And if it's right on top of us, then that means the fireball would consume all of us. That's why I was asking Rift about how her control fire would work. But if it's only a 5 cubic foot, I don't think that would help.
I'm going to cheat again and tell you that you don't have to, like, don't think of this as a 2D plane. You can totally do an airburst fireball and just catch it in like the upper hemisphere.
Okay, so just cast it above everyone.
Mhm.
Okay. Because it doesn't seem to like fire from that one hellish rebuke we got off.
Now I'll say that was kind of like a weird moment of inspiration. You don't know if you can attribute that to your genie or something else.
Well, that was Jen's hellish rebuke, not mine. So it wouldn't be the genie, but it might be something else for her.
Just the idea of doing it.
Right. Either way, yeah.
Mhm. Oops.
Okay. Sorry, all of my responsibilities have been discharged.
No worries. All right. So where were we actually? Okay, so Ronaki did his thing. Did Kalhiri? No, Kalhiri just did her thing. Now it is Duratan's turn. The Duratan, feel free to do the fireball thing we just discussed.
Yeah. Let's go ahead. I'll cast a fireball into the sky above him, but close enough so that it would hit and be. Hopefully, its face will be up in flames.
And I'm gonna do something indulgent, but I just got. I think I've used this maybe once before, but I've got this really cool fireball template.
Oh.
4,
Yeah.
5, 7, 8. I think that's a little too big. Let's see.
Wait, what?
3.
Oh.
3,
That looks about right.
7, 8. It's one square too big. So yeah, it's actually closer to that. But like you can imagine this. However, it's just above the dark zoo, and it like the sphere of it like kind of comes down and encompasses like the upper body of this creature.
Yeah.
Cool. So
Cool.
go ahead and roll your damage. I'm gonna roll its dexterity saving throw. It does succeed and takes 20 whole damage. It could have been a lot worse had it failed, but it's still like the fireball like is basically an explosion of pure fire that just emerges from this pinpoint of a magical fire that just races towards the creature, and then practically, just above its head, zooms out, blooms like a deadly flower all around it, and you can see its facial features, its shoulders, its wings, just starting to melt all from its like effectively its upper half, and it's looking a lot more like Tim Curry in Ferngully. So it's definitely in really rough shape. And it is now time for Brutus to do his thing. And Brutus doesn't typically tend to fly. That's just kind of a weird quirk of Brutus, but this thing is so big Brutus takes his wings and just flaps them to get himself some elevation, where he rises up and comes down on this creepy bird thing. Misses with its first attack, hits with the second, and we'll call that 13 points of damage, which is not bad. And then we go back to Wolfpack.
All right. Well, I want to hit it strategically.
Go for
So-
the nads.
But yeah, well, I would, but I'm still like this big, and it's this big. So like, and I don't really know if I can climb it like I did that one giant that one time. Maybe just at least distract it. Can I hit its foot with my whip of light?
Absolutely. And this is where I will highlight the help action. If you would like to perhaps help one of your allies by doing this distraction, they will then get advantage on their next roll to affect it.
That's exactly what I want to do. Exactly what I want to do. I don't know how much damage I can do to it directly, being as I am a very small animal, but I might be able to, like distract it enough that someone can actually hit it in the nads. Well, birds don't have nads; they have a cloaca. But
even the boys.
You get the point. All right, I'm whipping it. I'm whipping it in the toe.
Do it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And take a whole foot off if you're not careful.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind that either. We get 2 toes.
Feel free to click on the whip of light and see.
Oh, right. Sorry, right.
No worries. It used to just do it all at once. I don't know why it does it like that. So for what it's worth, you do just shave that thing's foot clear off with the whip of light.
Sweet. What? The whole foot?
The whole foot.
Wow.
It is.
It's a gas roll.
It is greatly diminished, but that I will also allow that to like give advantage to the next person.
I would hope so.
This creature is in fact going to still try and attack, and in effect, you see this kind of like blacklight type fire start to roil in its mouth, and it's going to breathe this fire out. So it's going to attack people in turn. Actually, no, we'll do something fun. Let's see if I can just. So. And oh shoot, what did I just do?
Oh geez.
All right. So yeah, it catches all of those people, and this is kind of like a weird breath attack. So everybody in that vicinity needs to make me a Constitution saving throw, and you basically feel like the life being sucked out of you.
Ew. Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, very nice.
Ew.
Let's see. I'm going to roll for our Gromec friend. And we'll give him a 4. That's not terrible. Let's see. We'll call that a DC 16. So Kalhiri is fine. Duratan is fine. If you succeeded, you take 13 points of necrotic damage. If you failed, which Wolfpack and Brutus did, you take 27 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah.
And actually, I need to roll for Ronaki as well.
Yeah.
And his Constitution saving throw is a little bit higher, but he fails and takes the full amount.
Can I go ahead and use my Hellish Rebuke?
Yeah, why not?
Since that would be after the.
And
How do
can
you
I
both
as
have
well?
Hellish
Can
Rebuke?
we both react with Hellish Rebuke?
If I'm not mistaken, at least from being a tiefling, you can only do that once, and then you get it back after a long rest. Unless
No.
I'm missing something, I think you
No.
only get the one time.
Hey, in the picture, does that thing have like an orange amulet, or does that matter, or is it just
Are you talking about Brutus?
no? I'm talking about the Zool. Oh
Brutus-
nope. It was part of Brutus. Okay.
Okay.
The one orange thing on him, it made it look like the zoo was wearing a necklace
Got
or something.
So let's see. Does
good
this
thinking, though.
succeed? It does, and it takes basically 9 points of damage, which it would have taken 18 had it failed. But still, you can tell this thing is being like the darkness that it used to exude now has kind of like drawn back into its body, and now it looks kind of like a like if you've ever seen a bird covered in oil, like those real sad pictures that you see about the Valdez oil spill. That's kind of like what this looks like, except it's just made of oil. So it just looks like this very sad, drenched bird. Not to bring up like too awful imagery, but you get what I'm saying.
Can they have
Does it
Dawn
cast
dish
on
soap
us?
in Dungeons and Dragons?
Wait, what?
What exactly did it cast on us that did all this necrotic damage?
It was a breath weapon. It was like this big, like nasty breath of like cold,
Darkness on
life-sucking
it.
energy. But all right, all of that happens, and now it is Rift's turn. Rift, you have advantage on your next attack because Wolfpack was so generous to volunteer and help out.
Thank you, Wolfpack. It's very
I
gentle.
could have done it. That's fine.
So necrotic damage. So Renaki is critical. Durtan, you limited your damage. Kalhiri, you managed to. Did you get? Did you get hit
I'm
again?
down to I'm pretty hurting. Hold on.
You're hurting too. Durtan, how are you doing?
I'm down to 12 from 28.
Better than her.
Okay.
I'm at 21.
Okay, so I'm gonna toss a healing word because that's what I got on me right now. To Renaki, and then use the starry form chalice to heal Kalhiri. So hang tight. That's for Renaki. Ugh. And then Kalhiri gets a D8 plus 6. So here you get 14 back. And Renaki, oh good, Renaki's infernal wound closes. Well, that's a delight. Now, thanks to my advantage, I'm gonna call lightning again for my, because that was the bonus, the little Renaki or the Kalhiri heal. So I hold shift and hit for advantage.
So call lightning's different because it will basically elicit a saving throw, but because you're not what I'll basically say is instead of giving you advantage to the attack, I'll give it disadvantage to avoid it. Okay. So just roll the damage. Like if you click on the call lightning, it should automatically pop up. And then that's a dex save. So let's see what happens. Sadly, it looks like it still succeeds, but all the same, it will still do damage from call lightning, which is fantastic. We'll call that 9 damage. It is like this thing's already like kind of crumbling apart. You can see like this weird obsidian skeleton under its like tarry features. Do you have any other actions you can take, Rift? It sounds like maybe you took all, but I want to make sure.
I think that was all of it. Also, because I cast, so you said I could cast lightning as long as I maintain the spell and that doesn't use up a spell slot?
Correct.
Okay, and is that the same for a healing word? If I just cast it again, I don't have to use up a spell slot, or do I?
No, Call Lightning is very specific in that it goes on for a long time, but Healing Word is like a one and done.
Okay,
Most
got it.
healing
All right.
spells are. There's, especially for druids, there's one called Healing Spirit, I think it's called. That
Yeah, I
one
did that
lasts
one
a
too.
while. That's a really good one.
So I'm
But
guessing that.
well, and remember, because like you kind of have to pick one or the other. So you have to Call Lightning to do damage, or you have the Healing Word to heal. You can't have them both up at the same time.
Okay. Oh, I see. I can't have two concurrently running spells just rolling along. So I
Yeah.
can do Call Lightning and just hold that and then do the one-off healing words. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. And then let's see. So it is Ronaki's turn. He is kind of reinvigorated. The one thing that you've noticed about Ronaki is that under nominal circumstances, he heals in the middle of fights. Like the McGogre's kind of natural ability is to regenerate. So he's back to that now that he's not afflicted with that infernal wound. So he's just healing, like you kickstarted his healing ability, and now he is going to double attack with his glaive, misses once, hits once, and that is enough. So with his magnificent physical ability, Ronaki leaps high up in the air, and you're shocked at how high Ronaki can leap for just already being a big, massive creature, and just cleaves right down the center of this thing and dispels like this tarry, disgusting darkness, cutting right through this creature's obsidian skeleton, leaving nothing but the skeleton behind as the creature's dark essence is returned from whence it came. The skeleton, the only evidence that it ever existed. And you have succeeded at defeating the massive shadow beast. If you wanted to harvest these bones, they're very valuable. That being said, this is a thing of Shantiko, so you're not sure if you want to.
Yeah,
Or
no,
maybe you are.
let's steal some bones.
That sounds like another good thing to put in Duratan's bag, so to speak. Or Duro dancing in the dark, as he is known today.
So what you're telling me though is that you're going to put this skeleton in Duratan's closet.
But
We just want to put some bones in your void, dude. Like that's all we're doing. I am so sorry.
that was there. It was right. We lobbed it over.
You have to take me out to dinner, and I have to have a long rest before we can do that.
Yes.
Well, I do have some very good fish here. I can offer up.
Wait, what? What are we offering? Fish? Who are we offering?
Oh,
fish
take
to?
him out to dinner, so he'll put the bones in his void.
Oh, sure. I mean, he might need a healing potion.
Seriously, are we going to
bones of
keep
that
the
size.
bones? I think we should harvest the bones.
Yeah, absolutely.
Kalhiri's all about it. Like if we're carrying the fucking rune heart, we can carry some shadow beast bones and fucking.
For what it's worth, there are a number of very potent things that can be created from these bones. One thing I will say, I'm not going to judge you for keeping the bones, but I will say, do not take them to Gertrude because it would probably hurt her feelings to see you trucking in all of this like evil magic.
Oh.
But
So
that being
take
said,
it to the evil magic shop down the street.
there you go. You can absolutely make some really awesome things. The skull of this creature can be fashioned into a very amazing magic item. The let's call them the rib cage. Like each of the ribs can probably be made into some magical thing. The tail is especially dangerous, and you can make something out of it, but it will be at your own peril. And then I will say, each tooth can be made into an arrowhead, and each claw can be made into either a spear or a dagger.
I thought it was a bird.
It is, or
Does
was.
it have teeth?
What,
did.
so each tooth is
Infernal
an
birds have
arrowhead, and
teeth.
what is a spear or a dagger? Each claw.
I'll write it down just for verisimilitude. But Rift, sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, I was gonna say infernal birds have teeth. Everyone knows this.
Sure.
I want the skull to make a headdress.
Okay, absolutely. You can.
So I'm
let me think.
hearing the Passamaquoddy song from Pete's Dragon here. Like, with dragon, something you'll never grow old. Dragon powder grows hair. With dragon blood, you'll never grow old. That's it. Every item is covered with gold. Every item is covered with gold. Nobody. Pete's Dragon, no.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about, but it's been a very, very long time since I've seen that movie.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but I like your singing.
This was in an era where Disney tried really, really, really hard to make live action movies that weren't boring. And Pete's Dragon was actually not that bad.
Oh, never
Pete's
watched it.
Dragon holds a special place in my heart. All right.
But like, if you ever go back and watch movies like That Darn Cat or Big Shaggy Dog, I think was one. Herbie the Love Bug. Like, I would.
Herbie the Love Bug is a fucking classic.
Wait, are you talking trash on the Shaggy Dog with Tim Allen?
Well, no, this
No,
is
it was original.
Older one. Okay, just making sure it's an
Disney
older one.
then went
Fred
and remade
McMurray?
all of these movies.
Fred
So-
McMurray?
What's that?
I think the original Shaggy Dog was Fred McMurray.
I'd have to go back
Could
and
be.
look. But I mean, they remade all of these movies. Like the newer version of That Darn Cat had Christina Ricci in it. The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday both had Lindsay Lohan. Lindsay Lohan was in the newer Herbie the Love Bug too as well. I mean, she was all over Disney. for a
There's
while.
all-
They did an Escape from
Terrible.
Witch Mountain with The Rock.
Yeah, no, it's just wrong. It's wrong.
They did. But you know what they don't have the balls to remake of the Disney live actions 1960s canon is Darby O'Gill and the Little People, originally starring Sean Connery. We are
Wow.
overdue for a good stereotype of Irish folklore. Leprechauns, man. We need a Leprechaun movie. We need it now. I don't think they're above it. I think they could do it.
There's a really old, actually I really like it, but there's a really, really old Disney live action movie, and I always get the title wrong, but it's something like Island at the Edge of the World or Land at the End of the World or something like that. And it's about a bunch of explorers going like into the Arctic, and they find like there's a little pocket of like not Arctic area that's like actually very temperate, and like Vikings have been living there for the last like 800 years and have the exact same culture and everything that they did back then. So it's this little kind of like time pocket. And Mako, who was the voice of Uncle Iroh, and he was Aku, and like he's in
Aku.
it, and he plays an Eskimo, because that's what you did back then, was you didn't actually, I shouldn't say Eskimo, you an Inuit. He played an Inuit because they didn't want to cast an Inuit actor. They just got a Japanese person to do it, which is, that's just what it was back then, I guess. I'm not saying it's great, but
Ricardo Montalban played a Japanese guy in the movie Sayonara. I mean, that's
right. I mean, yeah, there were worse movies made of people pretending to be Japanese, but what am I thinking of? What's like the big giant production that was supposed to be like, this is Japan, and it was so gaudy and ridiculous and not at all Japanese?
It's not Japan, it's The King and I, and it was supposed to be Siam.
Well, right, and you're correct about like you're on the money with that. But no, I'm talking like there was a movie, and I want to say like
it's You Only Live Twice. No, it wasn't the. Because
No,
Sean Connery
I'm
is
gonna
Sean Connery
have to look
pretending to be Japanese, because I think that
But-
may be the worst.
yeah, I mean that's pretty bad.
We have a Sean Connery theme at the moment. Let's have
Yes, we
I'm
do.
making it. I'm
Talking
making it a
about all
thing.
night.
Yep. This is time number 3. I reference Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, Darby O'Gill and the Little People, and You Only Die Twice.
I feel like Highlander would like work its way.
Let's see if I can see what I can fit. I'm going to fit in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen if I can, but
Okay.
you know, I don't want to force it. Or the Avengers. You know,
I'm
the other
gonna have to
Avengers.
figure out what the movie is, but there's like it's like a musical and it's like all ridiculous. And if I remember correctly, there's like not a Japanese person in it, but it's supposed to be like, look at us, we're Japanese and our culture's so weird and everything's Technicolor.
Is it Flower Drum Song?
Maybe I'll look at it.
It's more of a, those words are more ascribed to Chinese culture. A flower drum song is like a musical storytelling tradition in
But
China.
Flower Drum Song, I'm pretty sure is Japanese. They had kimono.
I'll
The craziest
figure it
the
out.
craziest thing about this movie is that every role is played by Scarlett Johansson. She went back in time as an Avenger and just pulled off the movie credit.
Okay.
Liv goes to the shell down.
What do we have to do to make these bones into these weapons?
So you either, well, here's the thing, you've got someone who can make magical items. Ronaki is very well versed in doing these things, and he'd be more than willing to do that. In fact, he hasn't been able to use his forge in a while to like make things, and with the stress put on him by carrying the rune heart, you think that would actually be relaxing to him. So he's totally willing to like remake these bones into some cool stuff. And he may be a really nice guy and a really good ally, but Magogers have kind of this innate knowledge of like making these dark kind of what some might call like clandestine magic items. So this is right up his alley.
Well, I want some dragon tooth arrows, as many as he can make. Does he fletch? Can he make arrows, or is he just a blacksmith?
You know, he's kind of a multi-talent when it comes to that. Like blacksmithing is his thing, but he can easily make arrows and whatnot.
Fantastic. Yeah, I would like some bird tooth arrows.
Awesome. And I mean, all of that is like easy. So the arrows are all +1.
Cool.
And I'm going to say, just to give them a little bit of flavor, is if they, on a critical hit with those arrows specifically, they'll deal an extra D8 necrotic damage. It's just a little bit of flavor.
Okay.
Do
I get 40 of them? Because there's 40 teeth.
Yeah, I mean, unless someone else wants arrows. I think you might be the only one who like.
I have all the arrows and
if someone needed them, I'm sure you could, like give them like 5 or whatever. Then the talons can be made into daggers or spears, including like javelins if you really wanted to. And each of those would have the same property. They'd be +1, except I'll say that once per day, they can cast darkness upon striking. So if you wanted to like throw a javelin and like on the spot that it hit, boom, darkness. You can do that once per day. Or if you had a dagger and you're like, hey, I'm going to stab this guy, boom, darkness. You can do that.
I wouldn't say no to a handful of javelins.
Give yourself 6.
6 javelins. I imagine us all traveling around like a 1990s Marvel character, like Cable or Deadpool or something, where we just have like weapons like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
We're just bouquets of weapons.
Penny Arcade has a really great comic where they just like actually like illustrate a character carrying all of the stuff that your character's inventory has. So like a broom, 20 swords, you know, every single potion vial that they picked up over the course of the game. It's humorous and should probably be shown and not dictated. Javelins.
No, I appreciate that. I'm gonna have to dig that comic out, but Penny Arcade's usually pretty good for that.
Right.
They resisted for a long time doing any comics about D&D stuff for like 15 years. They would play at it and be like, oh, we don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons at all. And then boom, then they were like, no, we secretly were all about Dungeons and Dragons all the time.
Can Kalhiri have the Morning Star?
Yes. It's dangerous.
So she.
Okay, well,
Dangerous or
well
middle
put,
name.
well put.
Why is it dangerous?
The first time in a day that you use it to deal damage, it releases a dangerous poison. Let's see. And you don't have control over that. It's just whenever you do first damage, like in a day, it will do wyvern poison.
Oh.
And basically you hit a creature, it has to make a DC 15 saving throw. Maybe I should just post a text. And if it fails, it takes 7d6 poison damage. If it succeeds, it takes half of that. If on that first attack you happen to roll a natural 1, you might hit yourself or an ally with that poison.
Okay.
And I'm going to make, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, I added the javelins and then you said there's a chance at casting darkness when I huck one.
Yep.
Do I need to write that in somewhere?
Yeah, if you would just want to like customize and then put it in the notes, it'll usually show up when you're looking at your inventory.
I see it. Okay. And what was the chance of casting darkness?
You just decide when you throw it that when it impacts, it will create darkness, and you can do that once per day.
Can cast darkness.
These are the javelins.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we add these?
I'll go through and I'll do the javelins, I'll do the arrows just so that they have their properties in there properly. And then I'll add the morning star as well.
So you'll add it to our inventory. We don't have to do anything.
Correct.
Too late. I already added it.
Okay.
I think.
That works too. Yeah, and if you edit it to the notes, that's really all you need to know, is that you can do that when you elect to throw those javelins.
Cool.
Be careful, because being magical, they're harder to destroy, so you can always collect them. But like, if you're riding on an airship and throwing javelins at like some, flying horror monster, you may lose them. So.
Okay.
And then there's 2 talons left if you want to make spears or daggers.
Else want a spear or a dagger?
Let's give Finzer and Winra some shit.
And then I'll have to figure out what to do with the skull. But Rift, if you want that, you absolutely can have it. By the way, so a couple of things. I don't want to end this with just being like this kind of free-for-all magic item thing, although that's fun too. I did want to make sure to elucidate a few things. One, Rift, you can change the shape of this dress. It communicates with you in a weird kind of psychic way and asks you what form you would prefer it to be.
Awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that, because Rift isn't much of a dancer and is more of a mast climber and just needs more of a kilt than a dress. So I'm going to have it suck itself back up into just like a long kilt with leg movement.
Perfect. So I will, let's see.
It's basically a venom symbiote, and you're turning it into a kilt. Like, you should want to go for catsuit.
I want my legs free. I gotta breathe.
Well, catsuits would solve that problem. Plus, it would give you armored protection, and you'd be venom. No,
I mean, I would imagine
you didn't see this thing in action when we were fighting the thing that was wearing it originally. That's the thing. Is the thing basically responds to your commands and can create shields. Like, it's not just like a magic skirt.
Oh, I thought it was just hideous dress y'all saddled me with. I love it.
No, it can like literally like it moves in a fluid motion and then hardens into a shield.
Okay, so yeah, no, I can follow the Venom symbiote kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, no, I'm way more about this now.
Okay.
No wonder
Oh.
we had it
We
as
didn't
like
just give you a
the
dress.
Mexican style dancing dress where it can.
That's what it was. It was basically like a
Forest.
killer flamenco dress.
You know what?
The way she was using it. It was, she
Here's
was just
what
like,
I'll
but she was
say.
like,
Instead of being like the big flowery kind of skirt thing, I'll say that you can generate like a fan from nothing, like for a moment to like block an attack.
Ooh, I like that.
And-
I don't
and, like,
mind
his-
wings, like bat wings on my clothes either. I
Or
just
that.
I want
That would
my
work too.
legs
I like the
free.
wing idea.
Okay.
not aquatic enough.
Fins.
Fins. Cool ass like Japanese fighting or samurai Siamese fighting fish, beta fish.
There we go.
Black
I
beta
don't like
fish
it. I mean,
fins.
I'm all about like stained, like saltwater stained wool and leather and like. So you know, I'm just struggling to adjust, but me and my symbiote, we'll get there. We'll get there.
What if it just
And with
Lionfish spines.
What
with
if
the-
it
with the
takes
fins
the
between them.
form of like a wave? Like it just looks like a wave of black water that just
Oh, I love that. That's very creative. Thank you.
and
And
it
then
leaves
with the big
Oh,
ass
I'm jealous.
gold headdress, now I just look like death incarnate. So I actually I'm getting there. Let's go.
Wait, so it's not beta fish fins, it's gonna be a wave of black?
I think it's whatever I imagine it is at any given time, huh?
I mean, I think it still has to basically be some form of dress, but it's like it's fluid, like it stretches and changes depending on your will. So like changing it fits. It's just definitely some kind of outfit.
Have you guys seen Hero, the movie with Jet Li?
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, so when Snow, the lady Snowblade, Snow something, when she's fighting and her outfit is all sleeves, like
Yes.
that's what I'm imagining. So it's fluid for sure, but it's less flamenco.
That works too. That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Sounds cool.
The second thing I wanted to address is Duro dancing in the dark. That's hilarious. Duratan. So this voice comes back to you as soon as the battle is done, and it just says, "This is the second of my favors I deliver unto you. I hope you use these bones wisely. But the favors that you owe me are merely compounding. I hope that you will be able to pay in full soon." And then the voice is gone.
Oh boy.
Let's
Do
see.
we even get Durodad out of that?
Yeah,
Sarah
he's
Sam's
there.
gonna
He
lazily
like
watch them
ran off.
harvest the
Yeah.
bones.
Right. I hope this guy's
speaking of
worth it,
which,
man.
Where are all those people?
So like I kind of said that they were like kind of in this direction because this is Ball Punyon. I just didn't add them on the map, but you can imagine that they're just a little to the side.
They're just chilling.
Hanging out. Cracking open a cold one.
Yes.
Watching us fight for our lives. What up, Ball?
To be fair, that thing got taken down very quickly.
Be fast.
Yeah, I was shocked. Way to go, Kalahiri, with your 70 damage. That would have taken us like 10 rounds.
Yeah, I don't know. That was
Oh,
unexpected but lovely.
then Renaki cut it in half.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. So I'm gonna give, and I'll figure all of these out. I'm gonna say that Finzer gets a war spear, which doesn't technically exist in D&D, but I like the idea of having a spear that's like tougher or whatever. And then I'm going to give Winna a sickle, which I realize I cannot spell to save my life, but they're going to be +1 weapons, and they're going to have like a minor little cool thing to them. But I'll figure that out, and I'll add that to their respective characters.
Now I don't know
know
how
spell
to spell.
sickle either.
Hey, Jinx, buy me a Coke. What?
It's just how you think it's spelled.
No, it's not.
Oh, the farmer tools is spelled like that. Yeah.
Or maybe I'm crazy.
How do I spell sickle?
Oh, no, I looked it up in the internet wrong. You're
right.
correct.
Yeah.
It is sickle, like how Sam wrote it out. So never mind.
Oh, I didn't see that. Yeah. Huh. That's
But-
disappointing.
I think you think scythe, and so you think like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you're thinking of, a scythe. He's right.
We were talking about like creepy abyssal birds. I just wanted to, before we adjourn, I wanted to show you the best evil bird there ever was. If this would load.
There are a few in this game.
Oh yeah, you all. There's definitely a bird theme going on.
We've had chicken demons, and I mean we've already encountered.
What's that big with
peregrine?
that stag? Yeah, the parrot. What was it called?
Peregrine? Parrot? Something?
Not a peregrine.
Something.
Oh, but
parrot?
Rick was a peregrine. No, what is that thing? Paracle?
When did
the big bird at the beginning when we were going to the glassworks.
Oh, the
Bird demon. The bird deer demon.
Parrington.
Parrington.
What the fuck is this though?
That is an abyssal chicken.
Whoa, what?
Like if you go to
It's the Baba Yaga.
Hell, this is like one of the local fauna, and it's chicken sized. You know, it's but
Does it taste good in a deep fryer?
yeah, it's an acquired taste, but it does taste good. Apparently, and this is going off some goofy D&D shit, like because this thing was an inside joke because somebody drew it like, hey, look, imagine if a chicken was like a demon, and they were like, let's throw it in the book. It's great. It's in now. It's canon. But I called impressed. Oh my god. I am judging from the art on this thing. It's like 60% gizzard, I think. But they say that in hell, if you bring food in, it tastes awful. Like hell makes food taste bad. There's a few exceptions, and the abyssal chicken is one of them. The abyssal chicken doesn't taste great, but compared to like the way hell just makes food taste bad, abyssal chicken is a delicacy.
Okay.
I did a bunch of variety pack of seasoning salts as well. And if I can't whip up a buffalo sauce in a pinch, I don't know, then my name's not Rift. Ship killer.
I can't wait to see Rift's surf and turf recipe.
I mean, that's going to be what my healing spells are here. If I don't get a long rest, then it's just going to be abyssal chicken soup for everyone.
So just for clarity's sake, you do get a long rest after this, so there's no other issue at hand, although you're going to have to quietly creep out away from the Gromech because they're going to fan out. They want these people back. But it's not really a thing. You don't have to worry about it too much. But it is 9:30. You did just defeat a great evil, unbeknownst to you, having been brought to you by the care and attention of Shantico. Well, you have your suspicions anyways. But we'll go ahead and end there. Sorry, was someone going to say something? I didn't want to. Never mind. So we'll end there. We'll start up next session with y'all getting back to Sandpoint and learning potentially a little bit more information about what's going on, what to do next, and so on. But okay, that is good. I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream there. That was a good stream. That was a good game. Thank you all for everything. And thank you, as usual, to the people who watched us, even though it was only bots this time. That's okay. We will adjourn for the night from